Hey hey. Tamam, konuşuyorum. Ses 1, 2, 3, 4. 1001, 1002. Öyle mi? Öyle mi? Tamam, peki. Ben öyle bir şey aldım. Çünkü buraya bir tane gelecek biri vardı da.
Ben vereyim. Sonra istediğiniz zaman başlayalım.
Teşekkür ederim. Başlayalım. Değerli bilgi çoğaltıcılarımız, hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Ben Burcu Doğan. Bundan 3 yıl öncesine kadar ben de bu projenin operasyon koordinasyon biriminin bir parçasıydım. 3 yıldır yurt dışında TÜBİTAK'tan bir süre uzak kaldım. Benim için de bu döndükten sonraki ilk bilgi çoğaltıcıları etkinliği. Programa baktığımda şunu fark ettim. Bu bizim aslında yüz yüze yapacağımız son etkinlik olmuş. Aslında 3 sene önce giderken projenin biteceğini düşünerek gitmiştim ama projemiz Covid'den dolayı uzatmalar aldığı için son aylarını geçiriyoruz. 9'uncuya kadar gelmişiz. Biraz önce uzmanlarımızla konuştuk. Dediler ki bize, yani biz bunların faydasının farkındayız. Biz de TÜBİTAK olarak bunun gidişatından son derece memnunuz. Belki yüz yüze olmasa bile online olarak birkaç tane daha etkinlik planlayabiliriz proje bitene kadar. Böyle bir görüşmemiz oldu. Eğer sizin de aklınızda böyle değinmemiz gereken ekstra konular olursa programın devamına yönelik aralarda konuşabiliriz. Yine bir başka konu var burada belirtmek istediğim. Biz TÜBİTAK olarak katılım öncesi mali yardım aracından bu zamana kadar 3 tane teknik destek projesi aldık ve programların Türkiye'de yaygınlaştırılmasını buradan aldığımız maddi desteklerle ciddi güzel boyutlara getirmeyi başardık. Her sene en az bir tane uluslararası proje pazarı yaptık geçtiğimiz dönemlerde. Information Multiplier etkinliklerimiz gerçekten son derece başarılı bir şekilde gitti. KOBİ danışmanlık desteklerimiz halen devam ediyor. Her alana yönelik tematik proje yazma eğitimleri veriyoruz, odak grup eğitimleri veriyoruz ve bu teknik yardımların sürmesi için de bakanlığımızla dirsek dirseğe temasımız, çalışmamız devam ediyor. Yeni bir proje daha yazdık ve bunun bitiminin ardından başlayacak bu projenin şu anda onay süreçleri devam ediyor. Sizlerden isteğimiz, programa katılan bilgi çoğaltıcıları olarak biz yeni projeye de yine bilgi çoğaltıcılarını ekledik. Yani bu oluşum bu toplantıyla bitecek bir oluşum değil. Bilgi çoğaltıcılarımızı yeni projeye de taşımak istiyoruz. Yine bir bileşen olarak kaydettik dediğim gibi. Ama amacımız bunu sürdürülebilir hale getirmek ve daha etkin bilgi çoğaltıcılarına ulaşmak. Bu nedenle hangi tür faaliyetleri planlamalıyız, neler yapmalıyız, bunu birlikte konuşalım istiyoruz. Aralarda bir araya gelebiliriz. Eğer aklınızda böyle yenilikçi fikirler olursa, işte bilgi çoğaltıcısı olarak şunları yapabiliriz ya da şöyle bir desteğe ihtiyacımız var, TÜBİTAK'la şöyle bir çalışma daha faydalı olacaktır diye lütfen bunları bize bildirin. Şu anda bilmemiz bizim için tasarlamamız açısından son derece önemli olacak. Kendi amirlerimize anlatmamız açısından da bu şekilde. Bir de şunu düşünmenizi istiyorum bu beyin jimnastiğini yaparken. Siz bu toplantılara geliyorsunuz, bir şekilde tek taraflı bir şey oluyor. Yani biz size bilgiyi veriyoruz, siz gidiyorsunuz, çoğaltıyorsunuz. Bundan sonraki süreçte birazcık daha fazla sorumluluk vermek istiyoruz sizlere. Acaba bu sorumluluğu nasıl vermeliyiz? Hangi konularda siz bize destek olabilirsiniz? Bunu konuşalım istiyoruz. Çünkü teknik desteklerin birazcık da şeyi bu. Sizi biraz biz geliştiriyoruz, kapasitelerinizi arttırıyoruz ki hem Türkiye araştırma alanına bir faydanız olsun hem de bizler gibi kurumlara ciddi güzel feedbackler yapın istiyoruz. Bugünkü toplantımızda değerli uzmanlarımız Odysseas ve Nikolaos sizlere son gelişmelerden bahsedecekler. Çünkü Ufuk Avrupa sürekli değişen, dönüşen bir program. Bununla ilgili son güncel gelişmeleri takip etmek epey zorlayıcı olabiliyor. Çünkü hepimizin ayrı sorumlulukları da var. Bunları böyle ilk ağızdan, sürekli toplantılara giden uzmanlardan dinlemek sizler için çok faydalı olacaktır. Ayrıca bugün bize bakanlığımızdan değerli uzmanlarımız da yardımcı olacaklar. Dijital Avrupa'yı anlatacaklar. Biliyorsunuz Sanayi Bakanlığı da yine Türkiye'nin son dönemde üye olduğu Dijital Avrupa programını Türkiye'de yürütülmesinden sorumlu birim. Onlar da buradalar. Size Dijital Avrupa'yı anlatacaklar. O konuda da eğer bir girişiminiz vesaire olursa yine karşılıklı konuşuruz. Sorularınız olursa lütfen uzmanlarımıza sormaktan çekinmeyin. Sizlere verimli bir toplantı geçirmenizi diliyorum ve değerli görüşlerinizi bizlerle paylaşmanızı istiyoruz. Teşekkürler.
Welcome from my part as well. Nice to be here again after summer. I don't want to take a lot of your time. I just want to walk you through what we'll work on with you these 2 days. We have quite a heavy and interesting program, I believe. This is the first time that we are doing this subject. So the first today, Nikolaos will present to you the new changes, the updates in Horizon Europe. In Horizon Europe. Then we have a presentation about Digital Europe, which is another very interesting opportunity for Turkey. Not only because you can find more calls there, but because some calls act synergetically, and you can create new synergies by combining projects that you may have in Horizon Europe with Digital Europe. After that, we are going to talk about the strategic plan for the next 2 years. The strategic plan is a very important document because it gives us the way that European Union wants to move towards Horizon Europe. So whatever you read in this strategic document, you will see in calls in the next few years. This is why it is important for you to keep an eye on that and get an overview now that is early so that you can prepare your strategy. After that, we have prepared 2 sessions about the digital tools that you can use in Horizon Europe, and 1 session about using artificial intelligence. I hope that all of you have at least some experience about that. But we are going to talk about that. Who hasn't tried ChatGPT or any other tool by now? Who hasn't? Come on, don't be shy. Who hasn't? Who has? Very good. Very good. This is why we thought that a session like this is important. We will start from a few basic things, but we'll try to discuss how you can improve it, how you can use it responsibly in your research, not only in writing proposals, but in your research and in your everyday life. And since this is the first time that we're doing this, we would love your feedback. Okay, so this is later. And tomorrow, of course, as always, we have a more interactive session where you will be called to work and try the tools that we will show you today. Okay, so it is a session, as always, where you will be called to do something, to work on your concepts, to work on your proposals, using knowledge that you have acquired today. So that's all from me. I think the next speaker is Nikolaos, to welcome you and start his session.
Okay, thank you. Now? Yes. Thank you. Good morning. How are we doing today? Who has been here for the first time in IMS? Please leave. Huh? Quite a lot. Where were you before? Where have you been hiding? Okay, I see. Do you know that this is the last IMS training that we have for this program? Okay, there are going to be another The last physical, yes. Webinars, but the last physical one that we can interact one with the other physically, handshaking, share our fears, our challenges, our successes. I see some familiar faces here. Nice to have you all back. Well, as Odysseus said, we're going to have a 2 days workshop, and it's called a workshop. Why? Because we're going to apply what you're going to learn today into practice tomorrow. Because, as I keep on saying, knowledge is not power, but applied knowledge is power. Therefore, we're going to work on many different things that we're going to learn today in order to be able to apply them, because I think they're very useful. The first point of discussion that I'm going to talk to you about. Yes? Yes? You can hear me?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes? Ah, okay. Yes? Okay, can you hear me now? Perfect. But maybe because you are next to me, but I don't know. At the back, can you hear me? Okay, thank you for that. So now let's see the latest developments in Horizon Europe. Horizon Europe has been running since when? Remind me. When Horizon Europe started? Which year? Thank you, Celine, for being loud. I appreciate that. I'm a little bit deaf. I cannot hear that well. 2021. And it will go until? Nice. Perfect. So it has been running for how many years till now? Roughly? 3 years. All right. So let's see some things that have happened. But before discussing them, I would like to talk a little bit about Horizon Europe from the structure point of view, because it's important to ensure that you have some good knowledge about Horizon Europe, even if you have been involved quite successfully in that. Who hasn't been involved in a project, not proposal, in a project in Horizon Europe? One? Two? Who has not been involved? Who has not been involved? Not yet? No, I'm surprised. Okay. All right, you're working still. It's a work in progress. Okay, definitely. All right, so now if I see that some of you are not in a project, in a proposal, who has been involved in a proposal? Who has been involved in a proposal? In a proposal? Yes, you have? Okay. We have a mixed group as far as I can see. Anyway, so let me talk a little bit about the structure, because you need to be familiar from the structure point of view, but in a different meaning. We're not going to use the jargon that the European Commission uses. But Horizon Europe overall has 3 vertical columns. We call them pillars. The first pillar is called excellent science. We will talk about what excellent science is. The second pillar is called global challenges. And the third pillar, innovative Europe. Now, why they're called that way, there is a purpose behind it. And we will see that purpose. For the time being, under excellent science, what the pillar 1 key purpose is? Any ideas? What is the key purpose of pillar 1? Yes, what do we mean with excellent science? Yes? Why? Fundamental research, supporting the development of breakthrough research. This is even better. In order to do that, what do we need? We need, mainly as the European Commission believes, 3 different sub-programs. 3 different sub-programs. The first one is called ERC, European Research Council. Now, if you just try to, from the name, to understand what European Research Council is doing, you will get lost, because it doesn't say anything in the name. However, ERC, or European Research Council, supports basic research, the development of breakthrough knowledge through basic research. Basic research. What does basic research mean? Basic research means research that is involved at the primitive stage, at the first stage of from the point that you create an idea up to the point that you test it in the lab, you simulate it. In the same way, as I keep on saying, Albert Einstein, if we had Albert Einstein now here with us in this program in Horizon Europe, when he came out with the idea that he can convert sunlight into electricity, he had that crazy idea. He said, I'm going to prove that in theory. So he created a model, a mathematical model. This is exactly where ERC would have been supporting him. ERC would have been giving funding in order to prove that mathematically, so in theory, that you can convert sunlight into electricity. This is what ERC is doing, just to understand and get an idea on that. And I'm trying to simplify things because it's important to get a good overview of that. So ERC is doing that, breakthrough knowledge, a crazy idea to be proved, whatever that is, that we don't have any knowledge on that. And then we have Marie Sklodowska-Curie actions. Any idea what Marie Sklodowska-Curie actions, MSCA, stands for? Some simple word, please. Sorry? Mobility. Why we need mobility? Why we need exchange of ideas? I like that more. I will repeat for
Nichols, sorry
Zoom.
for interrupting, but I need participants to give us a hands up so we can give them a microphone before
Don't worry,
answering
because it's very quick.
Yeah.
I will repeat in what they say.
Okay,
So don't worry.
thank you.
So
No,
the
this is just a
participants,
general reminder for the online participants.
when they will ask questions that will take a little bit more, we will need that. But now we have a very quick interaction. Whenever something is not audible, I will be repeating it also for the Zoom participants. So our friend here, she said that supporting researchers. So one thing that is very important is capacity building of researchers, making researchers able to conduct research. How can you make them able to conduct research? By mobility, which means you send them somewhere else to get ideas, by having some workshops and exchanging ideas, by having trainings, either for soft skills or for specialized skills in order to conduct your research better. And all these activities are supported from Marie Curie Sklodowska actions. So ERC is for creating breakthrough knowledge, as we said, and Marie Curie actions are for creating knowledge as well as the capacity of researchers and support them to become either excellent academicians or work, because not all the researchers will work in academic sector, or make them excellent researchers in the non-academic sector, to work in the industry, to work somewhere else. So it's important to have that in our mind here. And then we have infrastructures, research infrastructures, which are infrastructures for facilitating researchers at a European level to conduct better the research, to have the proper infrastructure, the proper platforms, let's put it that way, in order to conduct research. And this is what research infrastructure is, and more or less this is what Pillar 1 is, excellent science. Then we have Pillar 2. Pillar 2 has 6 thematics. These 6 thematics are called clusters. Why we call them clusters? Because we want to cluster different players and focus on a specific topic. So we have cluster 1 that deals with health. We have cluster 2 that deals with culture, human rights, and creativity. We have cluster 3 that deals with security. And when we say security, we don't mean only security from cyber attacks, but also from protection from extreme weather conditions or from extreme physical events like earthquakes. Also, this is applicable. It's something sensitive also for Turkey. Then we have cluster 4 that deals with ICT, information communication technologies. We have cluster 5 that deals with transportation, mobility, and energy and climate. And we have cluster 6 that deals with food and natural resources. Now, all these things, what do you think is the purpose of Pillar 2? What do you think is the purpose of Pillar 2? If you see all this, We conduct research, we collaborate in consortia in those 6 thematics in order to do what? One simple thing. And that's only one thing that you need to remember. To improve quality of life. This is what the purpose of Pillar 2 is. Improving quality of life, so making health solutions serve and treat some diseases that humans experience, for cluster 1. For cluster 2, making sure that humans, men and women, live in a democratic society, or they support creativity. In cluster 3, making sure that individuals are living in a safe environment, and so on and so forth. So I want you to remember that Pillar 2, key purpose is improving quality of life, and that's extremely important. What does that mean? That means if you're going to develop a proposal or a project under Cluster 2, you need to make sure that the key ultimate purpose is to improve quality of life. And then we have Cluster Pillar 3, and there, this is okay, research is great, and we have a lot of activities supporting basic research, as well as a lot of activities under Pillar 2 that create new knowledge in order to improve quality of life. However, we need also to make sure that this knowledge that we create, what happens to that after that? It is transformed into solutions that are used by society. So we need, at some level, to make sure that we have this knowledge being transformed into non-commercial or commercial solutions that are used by society. And Pillar 3 main purpose is whenever we have a solution that is used by society, which means penetrates other markets, what do we have? We have growth. We have, whenever a Turkish company develops a solution that is very disruptive, very innovative, very novel, and because it is novel, you export it to other countries, either in Europe or outside Europe, what happens? You are advancing growth. What does advancing growth mean? You need more people to work for you. So you support economy. And this is important, and this is one other key reason that we have Pillar 3, to transform knowledge into solutions that are novel and can penetrate the markets, either commercial or non-commercial ones. Is this clear so far? So then the next one, and this is also interesting for you, is that widening, is that European Union and European Commission has realized that there is a big gap between high research performing countries and low research performing countries. What does that mean? That means that we have high research performing countries like Germany, France, Spain, Italy, Scandinavian countries, UK now, that as you see joins Horizon Europe, that are performing very well from the number of publications, from the number of patents, from the number of PhDs that are conducted. And we have, on the other hand, some countries that are not performing that well within Europe. This is Turkey, Greece, Malta, Slovenia, Slovakia. So we have countries that they need some push, and they need to learn from the high research performance. So in that way, we have the widening action that says, all right, we want to support those, as they call widening countries, all the ones that I said, to learn from high research performance and enhance their capacity. And for that, we have actions for that, exactly for those countries. And something like a minimum 6% of the total budget of Horizon Europe should go to widening actions, to reduce that gap. Because if there is gap, then there are two ways in in Europe, and we don't want that. So that's also something that we have. And there is another one that is applicable for all pillars also, is that we need research that respects some principles. We need research that respects open access. We need research that is ethical. We need research that promotes gender aspects. We need research that supports the engagement of citizens. so develops knowledge with the help of the citizens, but also for the citizens. And we need a research overall that is a responsible research. So there are actions exactly for doing that, because we don't want any of that's why it is horizontal. We don't want any of those research, knowledge, and solutions that are developed that are not responsible research, that they don't respect those 4 or 5 principles. And that's it. This is Horizon Europe overall. So it's not that complicated. I had to start with that in order to make sure that you have full familiarization now with the 5 foundations, as I keep on saying, on Horizon Europe. Any questions so far regarding Horizon Europe? Now is your chance to clarify anything that you want. Any questions? How much is the budget of Horizon Europe, more or less? The budget of Horizon Europe, roughly? 95, yes, 95 billion euros. And it's going to get a little bit higher. Now, why it's going to get a little bit higher? Because the contribution of UK. UK is going to put some more money now in the pot. Now, whether this is a good thing or bad thing, we will see a little bit, because we're going to discuss about the latest developments. So exactly, we will have something like close to 100 billion euros now. It makes it the largest research innovation program in the world. And actually, it's the most open one, with the largest number of countries participating. Horizon Europe. Okay. Now, I don't want you to see this because I just put it as a logo, but what I would like to talk about is, this is from the Horizon dashboard. What is the Horizon dashboard? Do we know what is the Horizon? We will have, I think of this, we'll talk a little bit about that this afternoon. Horizon dashboard, what is? An interactive tool that allows you to extract statistics regarding Horizon Europe. Like, this is what Horizon dashboard is. Now, based on that, and based up to December 2022, we can see some really interesting figures. And what are these? First of all, and this is for me very interesting, for each one of the different programs, for ERC, the supporting breakthrough research, for capacity building of researchers, the Marie Curie, for research infrastructures, for all the 6 clusters, and then for pillar 3, including the widening, we have some basic statistics. How many proposals have been submitted? How many proposals were above the threshold? And how many proposals were funded? Funded is, they use a specific terminology, they use the term retained. Retained means they kept them for funding. They were retained for funding. And you will see some interesting numbers, because one interesting number that we can see, we cannot see here the titles. Can someone move the, are you working the Zoom? Can you move this tool so we can see the table? Can you move this tool? Put it somewhere else. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so we can see here, this column here is, and you will see, have you received the notes yet? No, you will receive them, I guess. So as soon as you will receive them, you will have a better view of that. You will see the number of eligible proposals. So the number of proposals that have been submitted, you see more than 14,000, close to 15,000 proposals have been submitted for ERC. And that was without what? Without the participation of UK. UK was one of the strongest applicants in ERC, and we still, up for 2 years, 2021 up to 2022, we have received 15,000, close to 15,000 proposals. From those 15,000 proposals, so from all this, we had we had the number of proposals that were above the threshold. What does that mean, above the threshold? They were, if they're above the threshold, first of all, it means that they were going to be considered for funding if there is budget. But there is another also, a very nice meaning of above the threshold. Above the threshold means the proposals that were what? They were good proposals. They were very good proposals. Now, all the very good proposals are getting funded. No, exactly no. Why? Because we don't have much budget. So in that case, we have here, based on the budget, the proposals that were retained. That means the proposals that got funded. All right. Now, and based on what is the success rate? The success rate is the number of proposals that what? They got what? What is the formula that we use in order to calculate the success rate? It's just one ratio. It's the ratio between what? Retained over all the ones that were submitted. So we see here that we have for each one of the programs, and that's news, that's updates, the success rate. Yes, you see the success rate. So we have, for example, and that could be interesting, for research infrastructures, we have 1 out of 2 proposals got funded. Yes, we see that. We have for 8 European Institute of Technology, close to 85%, which is more or less any proposal that you submit, which is for innovation, it gets funded. We had for widening, which is also interesting, because Turkey is a widening country, we had more or less 29%, which means roughly 1 out of 3 proposals get funded, which is also something interesting. But also what we see, and it is important, is that we see something like European Commission says, okay, it's nice because of the budget that we awarded these proposals, but what about the other ones that they were really good, and we haven't done anything on those? They say that, look, we need per program some budget for supporting those extra proposals that they were really good and we couldn't fund. How much budget they require, more or less? What is the number that we have here at the bottom? If you cannot see it, is close to 34 billion euros. So another news and update is that Horizon Europe on one hand receives high quality proposals. On the other hand, they cannot fund all those high quality proposals. They need something like 34 billion euros. So how European Commission is going to address that problem? How? We cannot have more budget. Actually, now they are thinking of moving some budget from Horizon Europe to go somewhere else. But now, how they're going to deal with this hole? Because it is a hole. We need 34 billion euros to support very good proposals. And Horizon Europe cannot have bigger budget. So what is a nice way to address that? Can you think? I want you to think a little bit like policy officers. One thing our colleague here says, co-funding or industry. I will elaborate a little bit better on that. Synergies with other European funding programs. This is what we mean, synergies. Okay, we have some very good proposals. They didn't get funded. Can they get funded from other programs? For example, national funding, or from the industry, or with synergies from other projects like Digital Europe. And we have a session afterwards. So you see now why European Commission really pushes for synergies, collaborations with other European funding programs and national funding programs. Because we have very good proposals that do not get funded, and we want to have them funded. That's why it's 34 billion euros. It's a big number. And politicians doesn't like to see that number there. So we have synergies. So one of the key elements that we would like to support through European funding and national funding is synergies with Horizon Europe. Any questions so far? Who hasn't used Horizon Dashboard before? Horizon Dashboard. Who has not used Horizon Dashboard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, probably we will have to work on that, because we will work and we will have a hands-on practice. We will help you if that is a need. Horizon Dashboard is a very useful tool. So I would like also to tell me whether you can get similar data as the one that we had regarding overall, but specifically for Turkey. Can Horizon Dashboard give you that? Yes, they can. Can you do that? Yes, you can. When? Tomorrow. One of the optional tasks that you will have to work tomorrow is to work with the Horizon Dashboard and try to get statistics similar to the ones that we had overall per program, but specifically for some of the programs that you're interested and for Turkey. To learn using Horizon Dashboard. So this will be one of the tasks optionally that you can work. Why it is necessary? First of all, as you will see, it is necessary for understanding a little bit the success rate of a program, to see, okay, how successful we were in Turkey and etc. in a specific sub-program, in Marie Curie, in ERC, in cluster 1, in cluster 2, the ones that I'm really interested in, you are interested in. And also to become familiar, you will see that with Horizon Dashboard, you can identify also the champions in Horizon Dashboard who has been very successful in Horizon Europe, how we will approach them. So you will see all this by the Horizon Dashboard. So this is an idea of a hands-on practice that you might have to work tomorrow. Okay, any questions before we proceed? Nice. So now let's see some other breakthrough updates. We've seen some figures, which is interesting, and we will see one by one, for me, some breakthrough updates, and I call them breakthrough because we haven't seen that so far. So the first one is that, and we'll see that in detail, that United Kingdom joins Horizon Europe. We had an agreement formally and officially for all the calls in 2024. What calls 2024 means? All the calls that they have a submission deadline by 2024. That means that UK can participate as a coordinator also. That was not the case before. They could participate, what was the case before? They could participate in Horizon Europe, but as non-funded partners. And then the national government of UK was paying the budget of the UK partner. Now this will not happen. Now they can participate fully because UK joins Horizon Europe as an associate partner. We will see also what is the status with some other high research performing countries outside Europe. But this is one breakthrough. We'll see it in a little bit more detail later. Also, you will see that some other high research performing countries are considering of joining Horizon Europe. We will see which countries are those, because for the time being, Horizon Europe is open only to those countries that they have signed a bilateral agreement with European Union, like Turkey. Turkey is an associate country because they have signed an agreement to participate in Horizon Europe, like Tunisia, Norway. They have, they don't belong in Europe, but they are eligible. Plus all the underdeveloping countries, all the, not the countries that they still need some push, the African countries, for example. They are fully eligible to participate in Horizon Europe and receive funding. Also some countries in Asia. All the countries that are not performing that well, they can participate because European Union wants to help them also and support international collaboration. We will see also, however, some countries that are high research performing. Then, another, for me, breakthrough is that we have blind evaluation for some calls. What does blind evaluation mean? No? Blind evaluation means that you don't know who applies. This is what it means. And why we have that? We have that because there were complaints saying that all the time we have the big names getting the money. Fraunhofer, CERN, some really big names of universities, and the small players, they were complaining on that. So you will see that we are starting introducing blind evaluation. So that means the experts do not know who the applicants are. Now, if this is a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know, but this is something that is a breakthrough. We never had that before in the whole history of European research funding. So we will see that in a little bit more detail. Another thing that we keep on having, and it is getting more and more percentage of the number of calls, is a lump sum budget. What does lump sum means? Lump sum means that as long as you deliver your work, I'm going to pay you, and I don't care how much it costed you. We agree that for delivering this work, this is what a fixed amount it is worth. If it costs you more, if it costs you less, we don't care. As long as you deliver that result, you're going to get paid that amount that it has been agreed. So what does that mean? That means that you don't need to report anymore what? Your financial costs. So is this a good thing or a bad thing? Some say it's a good thing, some say that it's a bad thing. But it is something we will see also because it is a development that took place in Horizon Europe, and it's a breakthrough. The other one, we have some new partnerships. I don't know whether you know, we have already, as we will see, 49 European partnerships. What are European partnerships? Are partnerships between the private sector, the public sector, and the European Commission and Horizon Europe, that they distribute and they allocate some money, so they have their own funding programs in order to support innovation in specific thematics. So mainly it's collaboration between the industry, in some cases the public sector and Horizon Europe, to work on developing some solutions, and we have some thematics, we will see them. Now we will have some 10 new proposals. So 10 more new European partnerships. And we will see that in detail, so you will be able to understand a little bit more what that is. Another thing that I'm going to tell you that orally, and I will give you some details, is that what is ESC Accelerator? What is ESC Accelerator? What is ESC Accelerator? Yes, we have our NCP there, of course. But what is an ESC Accelerator? It's a program that supports the deployment of disruptive solutions to enter the market. Yes? Now, there was a complaint that the evaluators were not very good evaluators because they were receiving a lot of proposals, and there was not a physical interaction between or a consensus meeting between the evaluators. So any evaluator was giving their own mark, and that's it. You were not changing that. And it might have happened that you had a proposal that was maybe a very good proposal, but because you had an expert that was not that familiar with ASC, he or she was giving a bad mark. Or the contrary, you had a very bad proposal, and you had some experts that they realized that there is a bad proposal or a bad solution, but you had an inexperienced expert that was giving a high mark. So the ESC, European Innovation Council, said, okay, we want to upgrade the level of experts. So what we're going to do is we're going to train them on one hand, to give them a training, and on the other hand, and that's a breakthrough, to pass a test, to give a test. Based on the training that you had, and that's in the only program that I've seen that happening, based on the training that you had, you need to give a test. And the test was 30 questions or so. I had to go through that, and there were some challenging questions, to tell you the truth. But it was interesting because there was also a very good filtering. Now you upgraded the level of experts that were involved in such a popular program like ESC. That started since last June. Okay, these were in a snapshot for me, the breakthrough updates, but let's see each one of them one by one. So first of all, as I said, UK will be able to participate formally from 1st of January 2024 in the 2024 calls. We said that. Why we have that, or why we didn't have UK before? Because it's interesting to know how political issues affect also Horizon Europe. Before, we had an issue here with UK saying, look, I would like to have, at this borderline here, controls. People from Ireland, if they want to go to Northern Ireland, they have to go through some heavy control checks. And European Commission says, wait a minute, if you want to have that kind of controls, that might create some conflict. But we say, we're all Irish, why we have to go through those control borders here? So said, as long as you keep on having that kind of controls, European Union said, you cannot be part of Horizon Europe. And that made actually UK to reconsider that, and said they came out in February 2023, this February, last February, on the Windsor framework that was a little bit more flexible on the custom controls between Northern Ireland and Ireland. And because of that flexibility or giving in, so UK had to give in on that, they said, okay, let's stop that controls. Then the European Commission came into an agreement with UK to join Horizon Europe. And because we had, or UK not being part of Horizon Europe, in some programs we had brain drain, specifically in ERC. In ERC, because UK applicants were not able to participate in ERC as applicants, then you had what? You found that there were a lot of UK researchers that they were moving out to some institutions outside UK in order to apply for an ERC. So even UK had a brain drain. So that was also something that made UK to think twice whether they should keep on having that bottleneck here at the borderlines with in Northern Ireland. So the UK will be paying around 2.6 billion euros per year for being part of Horizon Europe. This is a big amount, 2.6 billion per year. And it will be for 2024, it will be for 2025, it will be for 2026, and it will be for 2027. Because as you said to me this morning, the Horizon Europe runs up to 2027. So for 4 more years. So 4 times 2.6, that means around even more than 10 billion euros. 10 billion euros for 4 years, which is a very big amount. Actually, I think it's one of the biggest one per contribution that a country gives for Horizon Europe. Now, is this a good number or a bad number? I don't know, but I will give you another information that I found. That in Horizon 2020, Horizon 2020 was the program that was before Horizon Europe. It was from 2014 until 2020. The budget that UK participants overall received from Horizon 20 was something like 7.8 billion euros for 7 years. For 7 years, yes, they received in total 7.8 billion euros. Now they're going to give for 4 years more than 10 billion euros. So, is this a bad or a good deal for UK? Huh? Not so good, isn't it? So you see what Brexit creates. Huh? So just to understand a little bit. Huh? Of course, the politicians say, in UK, they say, we're going to make sure that we're going to get more money than what we give. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen, I don't know. But statistics show something differently now. All right. So that's also interesting number that you need to have. Any questions on that? Any questions on the UK? Participant? from 20, or the question was whether ERC, I'm repeating that for the Zoom friends, whether UK participates in ERC. Yes, from all the calls that they have a deadline in 2024. So I think it's advanced grant that we have in 2024. Maybe the consolidated, I don't remember also it is in 2024. They can participate fully as applicants. Correct. As soon as they give 2.6 billion euros per year. Any other question on that? So I just want to tell you, because there are some concerns with the participation of UK in Horizon Europe. But you cannot have a championship if you have the best performance also in your championship, correct? You cannot have a Champions League if you don't have really good teams in the Champions League. So for me, based on also the numbers that we give here, personally, I think it's a good thing that we have Horizon in Horizon Europe UK. And also now UK institutions and UK applicants are thirsty, very thirsty, to participate in Horizon Europe proposal. Yes or no? Yes. So my advice and my tip is contact UK participants and see they will be eager to collaborate with Turkish beneficiaries. They have the knowledge, maybe you have more than them. In Horizon Europe, establish synergies, work on them, and prepare the ground, the foundations for the 2024 calls with UK participants. Now it's the time to do that. Before, when you were contacting a university, they were silent about that. They were not paying that much attention, especially if they were successful ones. But now they are really thirsty. For the first year, they will be really thirsty to exploit Horizon Europe. They haven't been doing that for 3 years now. Exploit that thirst. All right, contact them, establish synergies with them. They have very good research knowledge. You might have better knowledge on how to write a proposal, so you have a very good synergy. Clear? Okay. Now, I have blind evaluation. Then I will talk with who has joined the Horizon Europe. So we talk about a little bit about blind evaluation in Horizon Europe. We said what blind evaluation is. So the experts should not know who the applicant is. But that doesn't mean also only formally, which means that they don't give you the part A of the proposal. What is the part A? Part A is where you mention the names of the participants. No. Also indirect. So references saying that the coordinator is one of the two organizations that created the mRNA vaccine. Even implications of who the coordinator, of who a partner, of who a beneficiary is, will make the proposal being rejected. And that's very important. You need to be careful. So if there is not only direct reference to name, but also indirect reference that you can identify who the evaluator, who the coordinator is, or who the applicant is, or who is from that consortium, the proposal immediately will get rejected. Now, do we have that in all the proposals in Horizon Europe? No. We have that in the 2023 calls where we have a two-stage submission call. What is a two-stage submission call? You first submit a proposal of 10 pages, just 10 pages. If you pass that stage, then you are invited to submit the full proposal, which is 45 pages, the technical description. So in all the two stages submission, apart from in the widening one, the teaming, in the teaming also we have a two-stage submission. Apart from that one, in all the other calls in 2023, 2024, where we have two stages submission, it is a blind evaluation. And you need to be careful what I said above, that some have done that mistake. Make sure that you don't have even an indirect reference to who one of the members of the consortium can be. The proposal will be rejected. It's a pity. So this is what we have. A blind evaluation is something interesting. We will see how that will work in the case. And now let me take you back to see who other we've seen UK that joined Horizon Europe, but we have some other countries that are considered high research performing countries that are either members of Horizon Europe or they are considering of becoming members of Horizon Europe. And we'll see the status. So we have, what is this flag? The flag of? Close. New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand. This is Canada, South Korea. Yes, it's not the Red Cross, it's Switzerland and Japan. So let's see the stuff, because are these high research performing countries? Yes, they are. In some cases, as we will see in the next session, they are even in some cases better than Horizon Europe. So, New Zealand. Yes? New Zealand has joined Horizon Europe since 2022 as an associate country. That is actually the first one. And they have even, I think so far, there was a press release saying that they have already 4 proposals that have been awarded to them as coordinators. So New Zealand is open and is fully participating. They have really good universities. Contact them. Establish synergies with New Zealand. And it's not bad to have also a trip to New Zealand to see how that is. I mean, you don't go there very often, actually. So it would be nice to consider them as having partners in Horizon Europe.
Don't forget to call us.
Yes, we'll be more than happy to know that, exactly. So New Zealand, since 2022, that's nice. Now, Canada is considering now, because UK joined, the UK joined in September. I mean, they finalized the agreement more or less, and in September this year. So now Canada is considering also, they were considering before, but now, even now more seriously, to become members of Horizon Europe. Can you imagine Canada? Canada, it's a very big country with a lot of universities, French-speaking ones and English-speaking ones. There will be a very nice synergy that we could have with Canadian universities. They are expected to join, I think, by the end of this year. We have, personally, I think we will have some news regarding Canada, because they are the closest ones to a deal with Horizon Europe. Now we have South Korea. I don't know whether that will be successful or not, but we have already discussions. South Korea is discussing with Horizon Europe. We had the first working group to join Horizon Europe. Switzerland, there was part of Horizon 2020, they were supposed to be part of Horizon Europe, but because of some trade issues in the customs, that has been frozen for the time being. And if they're going to become members of Horizon Europe as associate countries, that will be not for 2024, the earliest 2025, for the last 3 years. But judging on how politicians think and etc., that can take a little bit more time than 2025. And then we have Japan. Okay, there are discussions, although they have double thoughts on that, but there are still discussions. I don't know whether that will be fruitful or not. But for me, the important thing is that we have 5 high research performing countries that are not part of Horizon Europe, and they're considering of becoming part of it. As New Zealand has become, or Canada will become, it looks like. Now we have the 3 more that we will see what will happen with those 3. But that's also, for me, a very interesting recent development. We never had something like that for any European research funding program so far. This is the Horizon Europe is which framework program? Which number? You know, remember? The 9th one. So we had already 8 framework programs that we didn't. They were not that open. They were just for the member states of European Union. Okay. And the lump sum, okay, we discussed a little bit about that. Why we want lump sum? We want lump sum. First of all, European Commission wants that. Why? because it's such a burden and administration workload for them to check also the financial reports. This is one way. But is it only for them? No. It is also for some applicants. And I say some applicants, not for all the applicants. Why? Because there are some universities that they are already having the researchers to report how much is the cost of one project. Many universities in Europe, they say, okay, you spend that amount of money for project A. We need to know how much that spending was or spending is and where that went. For some universities, actually, it is not that attractive a lump sum. However, you will see that there is a discussion behind that. Okay. You cannot see that, but I will repeat it. It will be in your notes. They say, look, okay, the success rate is 16% now in Horizon Europe. More or less, we've seen that in the second slide. More or less, the success rate overall, which is not great, but is better than Horizon 2020, first of all. But still, if a researcher has, on top of writing the proposal, by considering that success rate, to be detailed, very detailed, at the application form, what will be the budget? Because in a lump sum, on one hand, when the proposal is accepted, you don't need to make any financial report, but at the application stage, at the proposal stage, you need to prepare a very detailed spreadsheet of how much will be the budget per partner and per work package. So that is a very detailed budget calculation that was not before, that is not for any calls that are not based on a lump sum. You don't need to be that extensive. So having said that, some concerns from some universities say we have problem to motivate your IMSs. So one of your challenges is also to motivate researchers to write a proposal. They say, oh, the success rate is very low. Now, one thing that you have to overcome is that they will have to prepare a detailed budget distribution. But on the other hand, if they got accepted, they will not have to make any financial report. So my advice, my tip, if you are an IMS, if you are a person that supports researchers, is volunteer to help them to prepare the detailed Excel spreadsheet. We will do that together. Don't worry on that. We will do that together. Just tell me more or less how much budget you want. We'll do it together. And on the other hand, as soon as the proposal is accepted, you will not have any issues. So just to overcome that negative voice. Another thing is that that we need to understand is there is an increasing trend of lump sum in the first work program. The first work program, what is it called? Program is the official document that says the calls, what kind of funding opportunities exist. So in the first work program, 2021-2022, we just had around only 25 call topics with a lump sum, saying, okay, you don't need to provide me any financial report, but give me a detailed budget at the proposal stage. Yes. However, in 2023 and 2024, even higher in 2024, we have a 20-25% of the large-scale collaborative call topics actually to be based on a lump sum. And in 2024, the new calls, it's expected to be as high as 30%. So more or less, a little bit less than 1 out of 3 of the calls in 2024 is expected to be under a lump sum budget estimation and reporting. Now, in the European Research Council, the breakthrough research that we discussed in the first slide, the advanced grant is in 2024 is expected to be on a lump sum. The advanced grant in ERC grants. What is the advanced grant? It is for researchers that they have more than 10, 15 years experience in specific research topic to come out with a breakthrough idea. So that's why this is called an advanced grant. Now, some voices say that, look, a breakthrough research and you understand that because we talked, might not have a successful outcome. Is that true? You might come with a crazy idea because you believe you have some preliminary findings, but at the end you might not manage to achieve what you promised. Why? Because it was supposed to be a breakthrough. Are you going to get paid or not getting paid? Well, actually, with a lump sum, according to the rules, you should not get paid if you don't achieve a result. So the ERC voices say, we don't like that because we cannot guarantee that we can have a specific outcome as we promised because it's a breakthrough thing. So they have some right there. So I'm giving you also some negative voices regarding lump sum. Because if you want to get paid with a lump sum, you need to deliver a deliverable. You deliver the deliverable, you completed the work package successfully, you get paid. But in ERC, we don't know that that can happen in reality with breakthrough research. So that's another voice that we have. And also, in 2024 calls, in EIC work program, EIC, you remember, is the third pillar, that we have transforming knowledge into solutions that can penetrate the market. We expect at least one Pathfinder call, the transition call, which is once a year, plus the EIC accelerator, one of those EIC accelerator calls, to be based on a lump sum. We don't have that yet, and that we expect to have in 2024, which is also interesting. And we have Pathfinder. What is Pathfinder? Is to come out with a crazy idea jointly with some other innovators and researchers that you believe that that idea in the future, not by the end of the project, but in the future, can really disrupt the market. This is Pathfinder. Transition is for any already breakthrough idea that has been developed in a previous European funding sub-program to give you funding in order to develop its maturity, its technological maturity. And what is EIC Accelerator? EIC Accelerator is to have already a very good promising prototype that you would like to advance in further to penetrate the market. Then it accelerates you, helps you to penetrate the market. So that is also part of Pillar 3, as we've seen. And you are going to have at least one call for each one of them to run on a lump sum. So you see that it's quite, it's getting a big momentum, the lump sum. This is what I want you to remember from that. Then we have, these are the 49 partnerships that we said. What are partnerships? These are partnerships between the public sector, some public agencies, with the private sector, some big industries, and with Horizon, with the European Commission. And all these three areas, bodies, they put money in a specific pot, in a specific sub-program that they call it. And then they initiate their own calls with the purpose to advance innovation in those thematics that those clusters or those partnerships support. So we have under health some partnerships, we have under cluster 4, under cluster 5, under cluster 6, also under pillar 3, we have that kind of partnerships, but we expect to have some 10 new partnerships that we expect to see them in the strategic plan of 2023-2024. So we expect to have partnerships between the private sector, the industry, and the public sector and the European Commission in brain health, in forest and forestry, innovative materials, in space, in orbit demonstration, in raw materials, resilient heritage, in social transformation, solar photovoltaics, textiles of the future, and virtual worlds. So you see now that these are some new trends that we haven't considered them with existing 49, and we would like to see really disruptive solutions that are entering the market, entering the society in 10 more areas. So we didn't have that so far. So we will have in total by 2025, we will have in total 59 public-private partnerships. They are called European partnerships, to push knowledge, to push solutions in those thematics. So that's the other development. And we have, regarding to policies, for me, I think we had some really interesting 4 policies. The new European Innovation Agenda that actually aims to support the transformation of solutions from knowledge into marketable solutions. Some policy to exploit personal health data in order to use that personal health data for developing solutions in the health sector. Then the Critical Raw Materials Act. What is the Critical Raw Materials Act? European Commission has a lot of dependency on some specific materials that we don't produce in Europe. Maybe it is silicon that we use in semiconductors. We don't have access to silicon in many places in Europe. We're depending on mines that are in Africa, in Asia, and etc. And we have issues. We don't want to have that kind of dependency of raw materials that we don't produce them in Europe. So there are actually some policies to deal with that. And also a policy to make sure that we have 0 emissions from the manufacturing process. That is called net zero industry. The amount of, you make sure that you don't have any CO2 emissions in the environment overall in your balance. So we have those. We're going to see them a little bit briefly in each one of them. So the new European Innovation Agenda has just three priorities. The first priority is, okay, we want to advance deep tech innovation, startups in the deep tech sector at the European level. So in order to do that, we have 2 instruments, 2 flagships to do that. Funding scale-ups, flagship 1, and experimentation spaces, okay. Then we don't only want to develop as many deep tech startups as we want, but we want also to develop new technologies that really improve quality of life. Societal challenges means we want to address those societal challenges. We want to cure Alzheimer, for example. Yeah, that's a challenge, but we haven't managed to do that. So we want to have solutions that help us to deal with those problems. And also, and this is something that we are lagging behind, we would like to make Europe as one of the most attractive places for really innovators to come and build their own startup. So instead of going to Silicon Valley in the US, to consider to come somewhere in Europe to have their startup. So this is also something that we expect to see from the new European Innovation Agenda, and that's one of the other instruments that they have. So it's an interesting one. It's something that has been launched a year or so and shows the trend of the European Commission. We want research knowledge is great, but we want that research knowledge to be transformed into solutions. The European Health Data Space is that we want to have the regulatory framework that will allow authorities and health actors, stakeholders, to use the personal data in a way that doesn't violate the GDPR on one hand, but on the other hand, to help to give better services to citizens and create more innovative solutions. So for the time being, we have some restrictions on the personal health data, and it's quite fragmented, the health data records. So the health data records in Spain cannot be shared with someone in Italy or in Greece, and etc. So we would like to have a common framework of sharing that health data in order to support innovation and better healthcare services for the citizens. So that's why we have the European Health Data Space. And the important thing of all these policies, as well as the other ones, is that they are called acts. What is an act? Act is a communication, is the preliminary step before the European Commission comes with a law. A law is either a regulation or a directive. In order to have a law that is applicable in all Europe, they need first to have a preliminary step. These are the preliminary steps that the European Commission suggests in the European Health Data Space. Then in the Critical Raw Materials Act, yes, this is important. We need to make sure that we are not dependent on some lithium, nickel, permanent magnets, silicon you see here. These are raw materials that are used mostly in many different applications. For example, in a mobile phone or in a computer or in a tablet, we need that kind of raw materials, and we don't produce that many in Europe, and we're dependent on third parties. We don't want that kind of dependency. So they try to find ways on how to overcome those. And at least we have the policy in place now, and after that policy, we will have the legislation that will set how we are going to achieve that kind of dependency, resilience, as they say, from third parties. And the net zero industry, yes. So this act specifically promotes, as we said, the decarbonization by 2030, and for that, we're going to support solar photovoltaics and solar thermal technologies. We are already experimenting, but now we want solutions on that. We want to see solutions onshore and offshore of renewable technologies. Battery storage technology, we want to see better technologies on that, on heat pumps and geothermal, on electrolyzers, on sustainable biogas, on carbon capture, and on grid technologies. Yes, we want to improve them. They exist, I want them even better. And we want them not only even better, but also what? Wider use. Maybe now it is a percentage of our community that uses this kind of technologies. On one hand, we want them better. On the other hand, we want them wider, more use of them. So that's why we have the Net Zero Act on that. That will support policy. What does that mean? That means, and for you, it's very important, if you are active in these areas, or if you are active in the raw materials areas, you have an advantage. You will see now that there's a very big trend towards those technologies. You need to take advantage of them. And some upcoming significant documents we expect to have very soon. The interim evaluation of Horizon Europe, what is the performance, what is the impact that it has created, whether that impact is a good impact, whether we have any negative impact out of that. So we expect to have that around end of 2023. We expect to have that. And we expect to have also soon, by end of 2023, the strategic plan. What we have so far, and we will discuss after the Digital Europe session, is we have the strategic plan 2025-2027 analysis, which for me is even more important. So we're going to discuss that, the analysis and how to take advantage of that. But for the time being, we expect those two documents that are going to, so as soon as they are published, please make sure that you have a look at them. We're going to discuss more than the background document behind the strategic plan in another session this morning. And I don't know whether you have anything else to share with us, with your colleagues, any other developments you do believe that are worth saying. Because for me, I think what we share with you are the most important ones. Can you remind me which are those? First one. UK participation from 2024. Thank you. Next one. Blind evaluation. Thank you, Zeynep. What else? Lump sum budget is getting more and more aggressive. We're going to see that in more and more calls. Thank you. What else? New partnerships we have already in New Zealand. We expect to have fourth Canada very soon, and probably the other three countries we will see in the next 1 or 2 years. And what else? We have the new European partnerships, because this is the new public-private partnerships at the European level, partnerships between the public sector, the private sector, and European Commission in order to push technologies in specific thematics, as we've seen them. And of course, we have a lot of policies. Last one, we see a lot of policies to make Europe independent as much as possible, resilient. On that. Anything else that you would like to share? I don't know, anything else that you know and you believe that is worth sharing with your colleagues? We have now Celine with the microphone.
Yeah, we have an online question for
yes?
you. Regarding the blind evaluation, in part B, there is a section about consortium as a whole, where the proposal with contemporary competencies. Do you have suggestion how to handle that section so the proposal doesn't come off as inadmissible? Thank you in advance.
Okay, thank you. The question was, and I will repeat a little bit, in the implementation section, you need to talk about the competencies. But I have to make one reminder, and I said to you where blind evaluation is applicable. Blind evaluation is applicable on a two-stage submission, and blind evaluation will take place on the first stage of the two-stage submission. In that stage, you need to submit only 10 pages proposal. In those 10 pages, you talk about the excellence and about the impact. You don't talk about dissemination and you don't talk about implementation at all. So that's why you don't have to deal with that problem. However, you need to be careful, and thanks our colleagues there for highlighting that, in the excellence section, not to mention anything that will talk about or imply who is part of your consortium. Because in the excellence section, you remember that you need to talk about why this proposal is innovative, why now, why this agent to deal with that now, how you're going to do it, I mean, preliminary, and also why you're the best ones to do that. So while you're elaborating why you're the best ones, you need to talk about in a generic way and not in a specific way. You can say something, for example, overall the consortium has published more than 500 publications in this field. That doesn't imply who are the consortium members behind it, but you highlight why you are the most appropriate, but in a very anonymized way. So that's the only way to do it. All right. Any other either questions or something that you would like to share? Yes. So you see that we have a lot of recent and breakthrough developments, to my view. We were not expecting so significant ones that early. Okay, then I will give the floor to discuss the Digital Europe. I think this is what follows next. Yes. So please, giving the floor, the presentation. You have a presentation? Perfect. You will need this or the microphone? With the microphone? Perfect. Okay, looking forward to it.
Değerli katılımcılar, herkese merhaba. Öncelikle kendimi tanıtayım. İsmim Murat Tokucu, Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanlığı'nda bir yıldır uzman yardımcısı olarak çalışıyorum. Sizlere bugün Dijital Avrupa Programı'ndan kısaca bahsetmeye çalışacağım. Öncelikle sunum planından bahsedeyim. Programın hedefleri ve yapısı, program öncelikleri, uygulama ve finansman mekanizması, Avrupa Dijital İnovasyon Merkezleri, üçüncü ülkelerin katılımı ve Türkiye'nin katılım sürecinden bahsedeceğim. Avrupa çapında stratejik kapasitelerin oluşturulmasına ve dijital teknolojilerin kullanımının yaygınlaştırılmasına odaklanıyor Dijital Avrupa Programı. AB'nin 2021-27 döneminde uygulayacağı yine finansman programlarından birisi. Program ülkemizde Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanlığı ve Cumhurbaşkanlığı Dijital Dönüşüm Ofisi'nin eş koordinasyonunda yürütülmekte. Programın ana hedefi AB'nin dijital teknoloji ve altyapılarda dışa bağımlılığını ortadan kaldırmak. Aslında bir nevi Avrupa Birliği'nin dijital bağımsızlığını sağlamak. Yani bu konuda ABD ve Çin'in oldukça gerisinde kaldığını düşünüyor Avrupa Birliği. Bu hedefi gerçekleştirmek için de AB'nin büyük yatırım gerektiren kritik dijital altyapıları kurması, ileri dijital teknolojilere yatırım yapması ve bu teknoloji ve altyapıları kullanacak iş gücünü yetiştirmesi büyük önem taşıyor. Programın amaçlarından bahsedecek olursak da Avrupa'da ekonominin, sanayinin ve toplumun dijital dönüşümünü desteklemek ve hızlandırmak. Bu dijital dönüşümden AB vatandaşlarının, kamu kurumlarının ve işletmelerin yararlanmasını sağlamak. Az önce de bahsettiğim gibi küresel dijital ekonomide AB'nin rekabetçiliğini sağlamak. Birlik içinde dijital bölünmenin azaltılmasına destek olarak birliğin stratejik bağımsızlığını sağlamak. Dijital Avrupa Programı'nın gelecek 10 yılda AB ekonomisinin dijital dönüşümünü destekleyerek aslında AB Avrupa ülkelerinin tek başına gerçekleştiremeyeceği faaliyetleri finanse edecek. Ufuk Avrupa ile ilişkisine de değinecek olursak aslında birbirini tamamlayıcı nitelikteki program. Ufuk Avrupa diğer sunumlarda da belirtildiği üzere Ar-Ge ve inovasyon odaklı çalışırken Dijital Avrupa Programı daha çok altyapıların kurulumu ve bu altyapıların ilgili paydaşlar tarafından kullanılmasının yaygınlaştırılmasına odaklanacak. Program uygulanırken aslında iki ana faaliyet şeklinde ilerlenecek uygulaması safhasında. İlk aşamada yüksek başarımlı hesaplama, yapay zeka, veri ve siber güvenlik alanında kritik dijital altyapıların kurulması ve bu stratejik öneme sahip yenilikçi dijital teknolojilerin geliştirilmesi desteklenecek. İkinci aşamada ise bu teknolojilerin, KOBİ'lerin, kamu kurumlarının ve vatandaşların erişimine açılması ve kullanımının yaygınlaştırılması amaçlanmaktadır. Programın bütçesinden bahsedecek olursak 7 yıllık dönem için toplam bütçe 7,5 milyar avro civarında. Burada 5 adet spesifik hedef var programın. Yüksek başarımlı hesaplama 2,2 milyar avro bütçeye sahip. Yapay zeka 2 milyar avro bütçeye sahip. Siber güvenlik ve güven bileşeni 1,6 milyar avroya sahip, bütçeye sahip. İleri dijital beceriler 570 milyon avroluk bir bütçeye sahip. Dijital kapasitelerin oluşturulması, en iyi şekilde kullanılması ve birlikte çalışabilirlikte 1 milyar avroluk bir bütçeye sahip. Bu bileşenler birbirinden ne kadar bağımsız gözükse de aslında birbiriyle iç içe şekilde yürütülecek. Yapay zeka verinin güvenli ve güvenilir olması için aslında siber güvenliğe ihtiyaç duyuyor. Yapay zeka alanında öğrenmenin desteklenmesi için de aslında diğer bir bileşen olarak yine yüksek başarımlı hesaplamaya ve bu alanlar gelişmek için de dijital becerilere gereksinim duyulmaktadır. İlk bileşen olan spesifik hedef 1 yüksek başarımlı hesaplamadan bahsedeyim. Öncelikle yüksek başarımlı hesaplamanın ne olduğunu basit bir ifadeyle anlatacak olursak, tek bir işlemciyle uzun sürede yapılması beklenen bir işin birden fazla işlemciye dağıtılarak eş zamanlı bir şekilde yapılması. Bu da kullanıcılara önemli ölçüde zaman ve enerji tasarrufu sağlıyor. Günümüzde pek çok farklı çalışmada kullanılıyor. Hava tahminlerinden savunma sanayine, ekonomi öngörülerden ilaç geliştirme çalışmalarına kadar birçok alanda süper bilgisayarlar kullanılıyor. Programın bu alandaki 3 ana faaliyeti aslında süper hesaplama ve kuantum hesaplamaya yönelik kapasitelerin oluşturulması. Yine HPC altyapısına daha fazla erişim sağlamak için ortak bir platform oluşturulması ve HPC kullanımının yaygınlaştırılması bu bileşen altındaki 3 ana faaliyeti olarak göze çarpıyor. Bu bileşeni EuroHPC ortak girişimi yürütüyor. Çalışma programlarını ve çağrıları bu ortak girişim yayınlıyor. 2023'te de açıklanan bütçe bu bileşen kapsamında 331 milyon milyon avro olarak göze çarpıyor. Türkiye'de bu ortak girişimin Nisan 2019'dan beri üyesi durumunda. Bir diğer bileşen yapay zeka bileşeni, kamu ve özel sektörün dijital dönüşümünün ana sürükleyicisi olarak aslında yapay zeka kapasitelerinin güçlendirilmesi amaçlanmakta. Yine burada ana faaliyetler öncelikle bulut altyapıların kurulması, bulut altyapılarının 2023 yılı içerisindeki açılacak çağrılardaki bütçesi de 25 milyon avro. Daha sonra bu bulut altyapıları destekleyecek veri alanları kurulması planlanıyor. Bu veri alanları da çeşitli tematik alanlarda kurulacak. Akıllı şehirler, mobilite, imalat, tarım, sağlık bunlardan bazıları. Şu anda da açık olan veri alanları ile ilgili açık olan 2 çağrı var. Turizm ve kültürel miras. Daha sonra yine bu veri alanlarını desteklemek için bir veri alanı destek merkezi kurulması planlanıyor. Ve yine test deneyim merkezleri de aslında bu bileşenin önemli uygulama alanlarından bir tanesi. Test ve deney merkezleri yapay zeka tabanlı son teknoloji yazılım ve donanım çözümlerinin ve ürünlerinin gerçek ortamda test edilmesini sağlayacak. Teknoloji hazırlık seviyesi 6 ile 8 arasında olan yapay zeka teknolojilerinin geliştirilmesini destekleyecek. Yine 2023 yılı içerisinde test ve deney merkezleri için ayrılan bütçe 31 milyon avro. Ayrıca özel sektör ve kamunun kullanımı için Avrupa'da geliştirilmiş güvenilir yapay zeka araçlarının kaynaklarının ve teknolojilerinin sunulacağı bir platformda bu spesifik hedef kapsamında oluşturulacak. Bir diğer bileşen siber güvenlik ve güven bileşeni. Avrupa Birliği aslında bu bileşene 3. ülkelerin, asosiye ülkelerin katılımını engellemiş durumda bazı güvenlik nedenleriyle. Yine de bahsedecek olursak kısaca AB'nin siber güvenlik tehditlerine karşı dayanıklılığının arttırılması, gelişmiş siber güvenlik ekipmanı ve altyapısına ortak yatırım, yine bu siber güvenlik alanında eğitim programlarının düzenlenmesi bu başlık altında yapılacak eylemlerden bazıları. Bir diğer bileşen ise ileri dijital beceriler. Avrupa Birliği'nin 2030 dijital pusula hedefleri doğrultusunda aslında eğitim programları düzenlenmesi planlanıyor. Şu anda yaklaşık 8 milyon olan bilgi teknolojileri uzmanı sayısı 2030 yılı itibariyle 20 milyona çıkarılması amaçlanıyor. Yine %56 oranında bir temel dijital becerilere sahip nüfus var Avrupa'da. Bunun da %80'inin temel becerilere sahip olması planlanıyor 2030 itibariyle. Bu eğitim programları da yapay zeka, siber güvenlik, kuantum, blockchain, veri, bulut bilişim, robotik ve yarı iletkenler alanlarında düzenlenecek. Bu bileşen altında da yine 58 milyon avro bütçelik bir çağrılar yayınlanacak. Yürütülecek bazı faaliyetlerde girişimciler, KOBİ yöneticileri, çalışanlar için kısa dönemli eğitim programları, öğrenciler ve mevcut iş gücü için çeşitli master programları ve yine öğrenciler, genç girişimciler ve mezunlar için işbaşı eğitim programları ve staj programlarının düzenlenmesi bu bileşen kapsamında olacak. Bir diğer bileşen de dijital kapasitelerin oluşturulması, en iyi şekilde kullanılması ve birlikte çalışabilirlik bileşeni. Bu kapsamda da Avrupa genelinde yine dijital hizmet altyapısı, blockchain hizmet altyapısının oluşturulması planlanıyor. Kamunun dijital teknoloji uygulamaları ile modernizasyonu, yine e-devlet uygulamaları bu bileşen altında. Yine çeşitli alanlarda kamu hizmetlerinin dijital dönüşümü söz konusu. Ve buradaki aslında en önemli odak noktası Avrupa Dijital İnovasyon Merkezleri. Bu merkezler aracılığıyla da işletmelerin ve kamu idarelerinin dijital altyapı ve teknolojilere erişiminin kolaylaştırılması hedeflenmekte. Program İletişim Ağları İçerik ve Teknoloji Genel Müdürlüğü DG Connect tarafından yönetilecek. DG Connect'te programın uygulanmasında yardımcı olmak üzere Avrupa Sağlık ve Dijital Yürütme Ajansı kuruldu. HADEA kısaca. Program kapsamında doğrudan yönetim faaliyetleri DG Connect ve HADEA tarafından yürütülecek. Dolaylı yönetimde de az önce bahsettiğim gibi EuroHPC ortak girişimi siber güvenlik yetkinlik merkezi bulunmakta. Bu bileşenler altında açılacak çağrıları ve çalışma programlarını bu iki merkez yürütecek. Aslında finansman mekanizması Ufuk Avrupa ile benzer şekilde yine hibeler burada mevcut. %50 oranında eş finansman söz konusu. KOBİ'ler için de %75'e varan bir hibe eş finansman söz konusu. Yine analiz, ön hazırlık, farkındalık yaratma, ağ oluşturma, koordinasyon ve destek hizmetleri gibi eylemlerin yürütülmesi için de koordinasyon ve destek eylemleri kapsamında %100 bir eş finansman söz konusu. Büyük ölçekli altyapıların kurulumu ve taşeronluk hizmetleri ve benzeri hizmetler için de %50 eş finansman söz konusu. Programın geçtiğimiz 2 yılında dijital dönüşümün desteklenmesi için 2 milyar avroluk bir yatırım desteği sunuldu şu ana kadar. Siber güvenlik bileşeni çıkarıldığında da 2023 yılı için 670 milyon avroluk bir bütçe öngörülmektedir. Siber güvenlikle beraber bu rakam 831 milyon avroya ulaşıyor. Yine Ufuk Avrupa'ya benzer şekilde program çok yıllı çalışma programlarına dayanılarak uygulanmaktadır. Şu anda mevcut çalışma programları ana çalışma programı 2023 ve 2024. Bu çalışma programı kapsamında yapay zeka ile ileri dijital beceriler ve dijital kapasitelerin oluşturulması bileşenlerinde çağrılar açılıyor. Avrupa Dijital İnovasyon Merkezlerinin ayrı bir çalışma programı var. 2021 ve 2023 yıllarını kapsayan. Yine siber güvenliğin çalışma programı ayrı bir şekilde yayınlanıyor. Ve yine yüksek başarımlı hesaplamanın çalışma programı da EuroHPC ortak girişim tarafından ayrıca yayınlanıyor. Adimlerden Avrupa Dijital İnovasyon Merkezleri, kısaca adimlerden ayrıca bahsetmek gerekirse program kapsamında KOBİ'lerin, sanayinin ve kamu kurumlarının dijital dönüşümünü desteklemek amacıyla Avrupa Dijital İnovasyon Merkezleri kuruluyor ve bu merkezlerden oluşan bir ağ yapısının kurulması hedefleniyor. Bu adimler sanayi ve KOBİ politikaları başta olmak üzere AB'nin politikaların hayata geçirilmesinde, şirketlerin ve kamu kurumlarının yeşil ve dijital dönüşümünün desteklenmesinde önemli bir vazife görecek. Program kapsamında Avrupa Birliği'nin ve asosiye ülkelerin tüm bölgelerini kapsayan bir adim ağı oluşturulacak. Adimlerin kar amacı gütmemesi bekleniyor. Adimler tek bir kurum tarafından kurulabileceği gibi farklı uzmanlıklara sahip ortakların kurduğu konsorsiyumlar şeklinde de yapılanabilirler. Yine bölgesel bir yapısı ve teşkilatı olması gerekiyor adimlerin. Ancak dengeli ve etkili bir konsorsiyum yapısı için farklı bölgelerden de konsorsiyum yapısına ortaklar dahil edebilirler. Adimler yüksek başarımlı hesaplama, yapay zeka, siber güvenlik alanında dijital kapasitelere ve diğer yenilikçi teknolojilere ana erişim noktası görevi görecek. Diğer bileşenler altındaki yapay zeka test deney merkezleri, siber güvenlik yetkinlik merkezleri gibi diğer merkezlerle de aslında yakın bir koordinasyon içinde olacaklar. Yine adimlerin aslında hem teknoloji tarafı hem de iş geliştirme tarafı bulunmakta. Bu teknoloji tarafı için son teknoloji fiziksel altyapı kuruluyor adimlerde. Bina, eğitim tesisleri, test ve deney ekipmanları gibi. Hem teknoloji tarafının hem de iş geliştirme tarafının sağlıklı bir şekilde işleyebilmesi için aslında nitelikli personel nitelikli bir personel ihtiyacı da duyuyor ve bunun için eğitim programları geliştiriliyor. Az önce de bahsettiğim gibi hem adim ağında yer alan diğer adimlerle hem de diğer merkezlerle sıkı bir işbirliği içinde olması bekleniyor adimlerin. Adimlerin sunacağı hizmetlerden bahsedecek olursak, bu adimlerin birinci hizmeti olarak yatırım öncesi test hizmeti söylenebilir. Bu hizmet altında dijital olgunluk değerlendirmeleri, dijital dönüşüm yol haritalarının oluşturulması, dijital teknolojilerin test edilmesi ve farkındalık oluşturma gibi hizmetler veriliyor. Beceriler ve eğitim ADİM'in bir diğer hizmetlerinden. Yenilikçi dijital teknolojilerin en iyi şekilde kullanılabilmesi için beceri geliştirme ve eğitim programları düzenliyorlar bu kapsamda. Yatırımcı bulma desteği bir diğer hizmet adimlerin. KOBİ'lerin ve startupların bölgesel, ulusal ve AB fonlarına erişimini sağlayacak. İnovasyon ekosistemi ağ oluşturmada az önce de bahsettiğim gibi hem ağ içindeki diğer merkezlerle ve hem de diğer bileşenler kapsamında kurulan merkezlerle yoğun bir işbirliği içinde olması bekleniyor adimlerin. Burada teknoloji tedarikçilerini teknoloji kullanıcılarıyla bir araya getirme amacında adimler. Komisyon tarafından şu ana kadar 2 çağrı açıldı ve toplamda 228 adim bulunmakta. Bunların 151'i AB Komisyonu tarafından finanse edildi. 77 merkeze Seal of Excellence'a sahip. Bu da aslında adim olabilmek için gerekli eşiği aşan ancak yeterli bütçeye sahip olamayan merkezlerin ulusal fonlarla bu ağ yapısına kazandırılmasını ifade ediyor. Komisyonun her bir adim için 1 ila 1,5 milyon avroluk bir desteği söz konusu. Üye ülkelerinde ayrıca aynı oranda %50 oranında bir katkı sunması bekleniyor bu bütçeye. Bu bütçeyle de finanse edilebilecek bazı şeyler personel giderleri, donanım ve yazılım ekipmanları, yine personelin seyahat giderleri bu bütçeden karşılanabiliyor. Az önce de bahsettiğim gibi burada aslında bu adim yapısının bir şablonu var. Diğer adimlerle olan ilişkisini ve diğer bileşenler altında açılan merkezlerle ilişkisini gösteriyor. Adimler üye ülkelerde daha iyi hizmet sunabilmek için tabii ki bu merkezlerle dediğim gibi yakın bir işbirliği içerisinde olması gerekiyor. Burada yine farklı adimler farklı uzmanlık alanına sahip oluyor genelde ve farklı bölgelerde hizmet veriyorlar. Bunda da yine işbirliği şu açıdan faydalı olabilir. Örneğin sağlık konusunda çalışan bir adime tarımla ilgili bir KOBİ geldiğinde ve bu tarım konusunda bir çözüm istediğinde bu adimler tarımla ilgili çalışan başka bir adime yönlendirebiliyorlar. Yani ağdaki ilişkinin önemini de böyle vurgulayabiliriz. Brüksel'de bu adim ağını desteklemesi için bir dijital dönüşüm hızlandırıcısı kurulmuş durumda. Yine adimlerin etkin şekilde çalışabilmesi için bu dijital dönüşüm hızlandırıcısı kendilerine hizmet verecek. Merkezlerin eğitimi, eğiticilerin eğitimi, en iyi uygulamaların paylaşılması bu hızlandırıcı sayesinde olacak. Her yılda kapasite geliştirme ve farkındalık etkinlikleri düzenlenecek adimler için. Adimler 2 aşamalı bir süreç sonunda seçiliyor. Öncelikle üye ülkelerden ulusal prosedürlerine ve idari ve kamusal yapılarına uygun olacak şekilde açık ve rekabetçi bir çağrıya çıkmaları bekleniyor. Bu çağrı sonucunda belirlenen aday adimlerde Avrupa Birliği'nin açtığı asıl çağrıya başvurabiliyorlar. Böylece adim ağına eklenebiliyor bu seçilen merkezler. Ülkemizdeki seçim sürecinden bahsedecek olursak, Temmuz ayında komisyon Türkiye ve diğer asosiye ülkeler için adim bütçelerini belirledi. Ülkemiz için de tabloda da gördüğünüz üzere 3 milyon avroluk bir bütçe söz konusu 3 yıl için. Süreç şu şekilde ilerliyor. Öncelikle biz 18 Ağustos'ta Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanlığı ve Dijital Dönüşüm Ofisi olarak ulusal bir çağrıya çıktık. Biz de aslında çağrımızı 2 aşamalı olarak yürütüyoruz. Öncelikle bir ön başvuru süreci oldu. Bu ön başvuru süreci içinde aslında yoğun bir katılım söz konusu. 219 kurumun dahil olduğu süreçte toplam 57 başvuru mevcut. Bu başvuru süreci de değerlendirme süreci halen devam ediyor. Kısa bir sürede aslında aday adimlerin ulusal süreçteki asıl başvuruya başvurabilecek aday adimlerin de açıklanması öngörülüyor yakın bir zamanda. Burada da hem komisyonun bu ulusal çağrıyı hangi takvime göre yürüteceği ve daha sonra kendi çağrısını hangi takvime göre yürüteceğini görebilirsiniz. Asosiye ülkeler için komisyon Aralık ayında çağrıya çıkacak. Biz de o tarihe kadar ulusal çağrı sürecimizi yöneterek aday adimleri belirleyeceğiz. Programa 3. ülkelerin katılımı da söz konusu olabiliyor. Bu ülkeler Avrupa Ekonomik Alanı'na üye olan Avrupa Serbest Ticaret Birliği üyeleri, Norveç, Liechtenstein ve İzlanda. Ayrıca katılım sürecindeki ülkeler, aday ve potansiyel aday ülkeler de programa dahil olabiliyor. Ülkemizle beraber Ukrayna, Arnavutluk, Kosova, Moldova, Karadağ, Kuzey Makedonya ve Sırbistan bu ülkeler arasında. Yine Avrupa Komşuluk Politikası ülkeleri birlik programlarına katılım anlaşmalarında belirlenen koşullara uygun olacak şekilde 3. ülkeler de programa dahil olabiliyor. Ancak bu son 2 maddedeki ülkelerden programa herhangi bir ilgi olmamış şu ana kadar. Güvenlik gerekçeleriyle bu 3. ülkelerin az önce de bahsettiğim üzere siber güvenlik alanındaki çağrılara katılması AB Komisyonu tarafından aslında engellenmiş durumda. Diğer spesifik bileşenler olan yapay zeka ve yüksek başarımlı hesaplamada da tamamen bir kısıtlama olmasa da belirli çağrılarda belirli prosedürler yürütülerek bazı garantilerin verilmesini istiyor Avrupa Birliği. Ufuk Avrupa'da da belirli bir süre, buna benzer bir süreç var bildiğim kadarıyla. Burada 12'ye 5 maddesi siber güvenliğe hiçbir şekilde katılamayacağımızı, daha doğrusu asosiye ülkelerin hiçbir şekilde katılamayacağını ifade ediyor. 12'ye 6 maddesi de yine asosiye ülkelerde yerleşik tüzel kuruluşların söz konusu spesifik hedefler kapsamında bazı eylemler için belirli garantileri vermesini bekliyor Avrupa Komisyonu. Ülkemizin katkı payından bahsedecek olursak 2023 yılından itibaren programa dahil olmuş durumdayız. Toplamda 54 milyon avroluk bir katkı payı söz konusu ülkemiz için. Müzakere sürecinden de kısaca bahsedecek olursam 2021 yılında aslında başlayan bu süreç 31 Ağustos 2023 tarihinde katılım anlaşmasının imzalanmasıyla nihayete ermiş durumda. Bu yılın başından retroaktif bir şekilde aslında program uygulanacak ülkemizde. Yani sene başından beri çağrılara başvuran paydaşların bu haklı saklı kalacak ve programdan yararlanabilecekler. Teşekkür ederim dinlediğiniz için. Sorularınız varsa alabilirim. Çok teşekkürler.
Ağzınıza sağlık. Çok teşekkür ederiz.
Ben teşekkür ederim, sağ olun.
Adimlerle ilgili çok konuştunuz.
Evet.
Bu seçim prosedürü nasıl olacak şimdi adimlerde? Galiba bize sadece 3 tane adim için 3 milyon euroluk bir bütçe ayrılmış.
Evet ve 3 yıl için.
3 yıl sürecek bu proje.
Evet.
Sonra ne olacak? Adim kendini finanse eden bir yapıya dönüşmesi gerekiyor o zaman 3 yıl içerisinde.
Evet, aynen öyle.
Şimdiye kadar Türkiye'de olan bir adim yok.
Adim yok. Türkiye için başvuru süreci yeni başladı aslında.
Başvuru
Üye
süreci.
ülkeler için 2021 ve
Biliyorum.
2022 yılları içinde bu süreç başladı.
Gördüm çağrı.
228 kadar da bir adim mevcut aslında ağda ama diğer asosya ülkelerle beraber Türkiye için bu süreç yeni başlatıldı. Temmuz ayında başlatıldı.
Tamam. Siz nasıl seçeceksiniz peki adimleri? Dediniz yani önce biz bir öneleme yapacağız diye yanlış duymadım.
Doğru. Biz de 2 aşamalı bir başvuru süreci yürütüyoruz burada. Önce aslında bir ekosistemi tanımak ve ilgili adayların altyapılarını görmek adına basit bir formun doldurulduğu bir ön başvuru süreci yürüttük. 18 Ağustos'ta bu süreç başladı. 15 Eylül itibariyle sona erdi. Bunun değerlendirme süreci devam ediyor. Yakın bir zamanda sonuçların açıklanmasını bekliyoruz aslında. İkinci aşama ulusal seçim süreci için asıl başvuru aşaması olacak. Bu asıl başvuru aşamasında geçen aday adimleri komisyonun asıl başvurusuna başvurabilecek. Yani normalde komisyon 2 aşamalı bir başvuru öngörüyor. Biz de ulusal sürecimizi de 2 aşamaya ayırdık. Yani toplamda Türkiye'de 3 aşamalı bir seçim süreci olacak gibi.
Anladım. Tamam. Çok teşekkür ederim. Ben arada size başka bir şey soracağım.
Merhabalar, ben de adimlerle ilgili bir şey sormak istiyorum.
Merhaba.
Adimlerin kar amacı gütmemesi gerektiğinden bahsettiniz.
Evet.
Ama başvuruda mesela bir konsorsiyum olursa içerisinde üniversiteler gibi kar amacı gütmeyen kurumlar da olabilir, KOBİ'ler de olabilir diye anladım ben.
Evet.
Dolayısıyla kurulan adimlerin bağımsız tüzel kişilikler olmasını mı öngörüyoruz bu durumda?
Evet, bağımsız tüzel kişilikleri olması öngörülüyor. Merkez olarak herhangi bir şekilde kar amacı gütmeyecekler. Verdikleri hizmetlerden bir hizmet bedeli alabilirler ama dediğim gibi artık kâra geçtiği noktada Avrupa Birliği bunu istemiyor aslında.
Teşekkürler.
Rica ederim.
Sunumunuz için teşekkür ederim. Benim
Rica
sormak
ederim.
istediğim soru, geçen sene Ankara'da bir Dijital Avrupa Proje Yazım Etkinliği'ne katılmıştık. Burada Bülent Bey'le de konuşmuştuk. %50 fonlamanın ülkemiz için problem olacağını,
Evet.
bunu ki adım ön başvurusu yapmış bir kurum olarak söylüyorum. Bu durum için bir ulusal fon oluşturulmasını öngörüyorlardı o zaman. O süreç kesinleşti mi?
Şu an için yani çağrı rehberimizde de açıkladığımız üzere aslında konsorsiyum yapılarından bu %50 fonun karşılanması bekleniyor. Yani bir ulusal katkı, ulusal destek söz konusu değil.
Tamam, teşekkürler.
Ben teşekkür ederim. Başka soru yok sanırım. Tekrar teşekkürler.
Okay, thank you. I think it's time for break or not. 10 minutes break, convenience break, 10-15 minutes maximum. Okay, so let's be back at 1:15. All right.